How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and over here we talk stocks and we focus on one thing. Always protect your profits. And today we're going to be talking about Camber Energy. It had a pullback on the Friday of almost 4%. Many are saying, well, you know what? This stock is completely done. And you know what? I have a different opinion on that. I will talk about it further in this video. I won't waste any more time. Let's jump into the agenda. If you're new to this channel, I just want to let you know we have timestamps down below inside the description. But if you're a shareholder, you're thinking about taking a position, I highly suggest you watch its full entire video. So the first thing we're going to go over is the technical analysis. We're going to be taking a look at the overall price action. We want to know support. We want to know resistance. We want to know what it looks like in the bearish case scenario and as well as in the bullish case scenario. And then we're going to go on Fintel, taking a look at the short interest information. The reason why this is important because it does have an impact on the way the stock performs. And then we're going to be taking a look at the order flow distribution. We want to know the buying and the selling behavior on the retail side and as well as on the institutional side. And then when all of that is done, we'll be going into the final thoughts and as well as some more details. So let's get to it. So we're going to do a technical analysis for CEI Camber Energy. Let's see how it performed on Friday. So it ended up closing at 87 cents, being down 3.94%. On the low, it tested 81 cents. And then on the high, testing 93 cents. When we take a look at the volume stats on the day, you can see we traded at 57.65 million shares, and the average volume over 10 trading days is at 85.154 million shares. So you notice right away we did have below average volume, and it's part of the reasons why we've seen some weakness in the stock. Now, when we take a look at our chart, which is a daily chart, you can see from the RSI down below, it's at 51.90. And then when we take a look at our moving averages here on the chart, we have strength above the 50-day. We did close above the 21-day EMA, but we did close below the 100-day and as well as the 200-day. So as you can see, consolidation is continuing with CEI. And the fact that we were able to hold support at 81 cents is what you want to see. But do keep in mind, like I've said in previous videos, as long as we're staying above 70 cents, things will continue to look good for this stock because we've just been trading in a very tight range. It also is tied to commodity prices. So the moment we have a spike in oil, that's where I want to see Camber being able to jump up, getting back to the $1 level. We do know this is a psychological area since we do have a good amount of selling pressure in this. So that's why when we have these pullbacks, it does provide swing trade opportunities. And as far as for the bearish case scenario, if we end up having a pullback continuing for the coming week, I'd want to see if support could hold up here at 75 cents. We don't have to test 70 cents for this coming week, even though it would still keep us within the range. So it'll be very interesting to see how it performs, but one thing that is very clear, look for that pop above $1 when oil spikes up. So we're going to take a look at the short interest information for Camber Energy. So for the off-exchange short volume ratio, it's at 45.31%, and then for the off-exchange short volume, it is just over 18.50 million shares. Scrolling down further on the page, the short shares availability is at 100,000, updated 17 minutes ago, and then for the short borrow fee rate, it is at 29.38%, so that is up there. And then when we take a look at the history of the short volume for the close of the 24th, it was at 49.57, and then for the close of the 25th being at 45.31. So one thing that remains clear, Camber does continue to have short squeeze potential. Now let's move on to the order flow distribution. Now let's take a look at the order flow distribution for CEI. So we see on the inflow, it is at 12.25 million, and then on the outflow, it's at 13.44 million. So we ended up having an outflow day. Taking a look at the breakdown on the large, it was 1.62. On the medium, it was 7.92, and then on the small, it was 2.71. Taking a look at the large, you can see it was 2.07. On the medium, it was 8.70, and then on the small, it was 2.67. Taking a look at the large scale orders in the last 5 days, you can see for March the 25th, so for the Friday just passed, it being an outflow of 0.45 million. And we could see for the past 5 trading days, they've all been outflow days. When we analyze the numbers even further for the small scale orders that tends to represent the retail side, we had more buying than we had selling. And then when we take a look at what happened on the medium, we had more selling than we had buying. And then when we take a look at the large, which represents whales, institutions, and funds, we had more selling then we had buying. And then when we take a look at the turnover ratio, it was at 16.01%. So not too surprising there. We know CEI is a volatile play. It's a penny stock. So there's a lot of traders, and the moment we have some sort of a pullback when it comes to retail, they're going to start selling. And that's why we've been seeing a lot of pressure on the stock as of late. So let's go into the final thoughts and we'll go over some more details as well. So for my final thoughts for CEI Camber Energy, when it comes to the price action, I am not surprised about it whatsoever. And the main reason being is there's a lot of retail investors who are inside of this play, also traders. So you know they're going to be taking profits, especially when we get that pop above $1. So you want to make sure for yourself, if you want to be on the winning side of a trade, of course you want to be buying on the red days and then selling when it has those green days. And the reason why this stock still will continue to have strength, I don't see oil prices going down anytime soon for the foreseeable future. We still have concerns that are going on economically. So when we have pullbacks in the market when it comes to oil stocks, I see them as opportunities. I've seen many oil stocks that pull back and then run up the next day or two. So that's why you want to make sure just because a stock had a red day, you're not going into all of these concerns and having all of these doubts and say, oh my gosh, this stock is finished. Because I remember I was reading one of the comments on my last CEI video and the person was pretty much saying, yep, the stock's over. It's done. I wonder how you're feeling about it. Again, that is just only one day. As long as we have these concerns going on in our society, we still have the war going on with the Ukraine and as well as Russia, we're going to have oil prices continuing to boom. And that's why I'm going to still remain bullish when it comes to CEI. As far as for that price action, I was saying in previous videos, as long as we stay above 70 cents, things are going to look good. Yes, we did have a pullback on the Friday, but I know that's an opportunity because when we see the order flow distribution, we did see a lot of buying that was happening on the retail side. And yes, we did see for the past 5 trading days, there was a lot of selling. There was a lot of pressure in regards to the stock. But of course, for this coming week, I'm going to be looking forward to seeing those spikes. And when those spikes do occur, that's when I'm going to be trading it. And if you are going to be swinging it, then of course you want to take advantage of those red days. But do know this is not financial advice because I'm not allowed to give it. Also, when we went on Fintel, taking a look at the short interest information, it does continue to have short squeeze potential. So the moment we have some more volume and buying pressure coming into the stock, we can make those moves to the upside. And what could cause that? Surge in oil prices. Again, this is a very straightforward play here. Don't let those red days take you off your game plan. You want to make sure you have your entry in. Get in your entries when it's pulling back to support. I've talked about 85 cents. I've talked about 90 cents. Hey, it even closed at around 87 cents. I don't know how many more times I have to say this. This stock is consolidating in an uptrend and it's in an accumulation phase and it's just getting ready for the next move up. And as far as the spike you want to look for is going to be above the 200-day moving average. So let's just call it around 95 cents to get that pop going to $1. If we could start building up support in that $1 level, especially if oil prices continue to rise, that's where I want to see CEI getting to the level of 125. Getting to 125, we look for 150. And then upon passing 150, we look for that move going to $2. It's a very simple strategy, but again, you need to figure out for yourself how you want to play it. Do you want to swing it? Do you want to invest in this for the long term? Or are you just trying to trade it intraday? Again, decide that for yourself. Just don't go in there and press the buy button. You always need to have a game plan when it comes to these choppy markets. So I hope you enjoyed this video and I can't wait to see how this stock performs for the coming week. We'll talk soon.